Good evening, welcome to the Queen's Arms in East Garston for a special edition of Celebrity Racing Mastermind. 4 intrepid contestants here tonight to pit their wits against one another. They've got 4 chosen specialist subjects and then a general knowledge round. And our contestants are Warren Greatrex, a racehorse trainer from Lambourne; Charlie Longson, a racehorse trainer from Chipping Norton; Sam Thomas, a racehorse trainer from Lambourne; and James Osbourne, a racehorse trainer from Lambourne. So can we have our first contestant, please? Your name?
Sorry. James Osbourne.
Your occupation?
Racehorse trainer.
And your chosen specialist subject?
The life and works of the artist Katie O'Sullivan.
James Osbourne, your chosen specialist subject, the artist Katie O'Sullivan. You have 90 seconds. Your time starts now. What is the date of your wedding anniversary to the artist Katie O'Sullivan?
23rd of August 1999.
Is correct.
11 a.m.
Which art school did Katie attend for both of her degrees?
Chelsea School of Art.
Is correct. Name the 2 London art galleries who represented her work.
Osborne Studio Gallery and Quantum.
Correct. When is her next London one-woman show?
2020.
Incorrect. How many times did she take her driving test?
Once.
Incorrect, twice. What was the subject matter of the last Peter O'Sullivan charity Christmas card she painted in 2015?
Pass.
Name the super yacht for which she completed numerous paintings.
High Chaparral.
Correct. Name the 2 stallions based at Lane's End Farm, Kentucky that she painted last year.
Liam's Map and Honour Code.
Is correct. Where was her first studio in London?
Wapping.
Correct. Where did she exhibit in Hong Kong in 1996?
China Club.
Is correct. Where did she work as a waitress in London?
BAFTA.
Is the correct answer. What is Katie's star sign?
Leo.
Correct. What is the proper name of her Appaloosa horse, Spot?
Storm.
Perfect Storm. Correct. Which convent boarding school did Katie attend?
Newhall.
Is correct. At which sport did she excel when at Newhall?
Lacrosse.
Correct. Who is her favourite... I've started, so I'll finish. Who is her favourite handbag designer?
Louis Vuitton.
Is the correct answer. And at the end of that round, Jamie Osbourne, you scored 13 points. You passed on 1 question, which was what was the subject matter of the last Peter O'Sullivan charity Christmas card she painted in 2015? It was, of course, morning exercise in the snow.
Oh, silly me.
Jamie Osbourne, 13 points. Can we have our next contestant, please? Your name?
Sam Thomas.
Your occupation?
Trainer.
And your chosen specialist subject?
Top Gear.
Sam Thomas, your 90 seconds on Top Gear start now. Where in Surrey is Top Gear filmed?
Guildford.
Dunsfold Aerodrome. Who did James May replace in the 2nd series of the relaunch show?
Pass.
Which motor team helped develop the Top Gear track?
Pro Sport.
Lotus. What music track is the theme tune to the show?
Pass.
Which car currently tops the table of fastest power laps on the show?
Pagani.
Correct. Which car is currently used for the star in a reasonably priced car?
Toyota.
Correct. Who currently presents the show?
Matt LeBlanc. Chris Evans has been sacked.
Matt LeBlanc, Rory Reid and Chris Harris. Okay. How many Stigs have there been?
2.
3. Who hosted the original Top Gear in 1977?
Sue Barker.
Angela Rippon. Who fronted the Channel 5 replacement show when BBC originally cancelled it?
Chris Evans.
Tiffany Dell. Which brand of car did Clarkson successfully drive across the English Channel to France?
Ooh, pass.
Who was sick during Clarkson, Hammond and May's caravanning holiday?
May.
It was the Top Gear dog. Which current Springwatch presenter once presented the show? And it wasn't Bill Oddie. What did the presenters once use to play a giant game of conkers with?
Cars.
Caravans. The cool wall featured 4 categories: seriously uncool, uncool, cool, and what other classification? I've started, so I'll finish.
Pass.
Sam Thomas, at the end of your specialist subject round, Top Gear, you scored 2 points. You passed on. Sit. You passed on a number of questions. Who did James May replace in the second series of the relaunch show? It was Jason Dorr. What music track is the theme tune to the show? It's Jessica by the Allman Brothers. Of course you do, yes. Which brand of car did Clarkson successfully drive across the English Channel to France? It was a Nissan. Which current Spring Watch presenter once presented the show? Kate Humble. And the cool wall featured 4 categories: seriously uncool, uncool, cool, and Sub-Zero.
I was going to say freezer, but it just would have been wrong anyway.
That wouldn't have been right. Sam Thomas.
Had a lot of whispering behind me, can I say? And generally
Thank
wrong
you.
answers anyway.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
So Sam Thomas scored 2 points in the specialist subject round. Our next contestant, please. Your name,
Charlie Longson,
your occupation,
racehorse trainer.
and your chosen specialist subject.
England Rugby Union,
All time.
all time.
Charlie Longston, your chosen specialist subject round on English Rugby Union. You have 90 seconds starting now. Who kicked the winning drop goal in the 2003 World Cup? Correct. Who has been capped most time by England?
Jason Leonard.
Correct. In which branch of the armed forces did Rory Underwood serve while playing for England?
Air Force.
It's correct. Which African-American spiritual song can often be heard sung by England fans?
Swing Low, Sweet Chariot.
Is correct. Which home nation do England have the most victories against?
Scotland.
Ireland. Which home nation has beaten England the most times?
Wales.
Is correct. How many foreign coaches have England had?
1.
Correct. What is England's current world ranking?
2.
Correct. How many times have England finished last in the Six Nations table and received
Never.
a wooden spoon? Is correct. How many times have England played in the World Cup final?
3 times.
Correct. Who has captained England the most times?
That would be Martin Johnson.
Will Carling. What has been England's main home ground since 1910?
Twickenham.
Correct. Who scored England's only try in the 2003 World Cup final?
Jason Leonard. No, not Jason. Jason Robinson.
I'm afraid I have to take your first answer. It was Jason Robinson. Legend has it that William Webb Ellis invented rugby by picking up the ball and running it whilst
Rugby
playing
school.
which game?
Football.
Correct. Which Welsh Grand National winner was owned by former England internationals I've started, so I'll finish. Mike Tyndall and James Simpson-Daniel is the correct answer. And at the end of that round, Charlie Longston, you scored 12 points and no passes. Well done. So Charlie Longston scores 12 points in his chosen specialist subject. Can we have our 4th and final contestant, please? Your name
Warren Greatrex,
and your occupation?
racehorse trainer.
Correct. Your chosen specialist subject?
Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
Warren Greatrex, your 90 seconds on Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Begin now. In which year were the club formed?
1882.
Is the correct answer. Spurs legends Chris Waddle and Glenn Hoddle released a single in 1987 that reached number 12 in the charts. What was it called?
Oh, pass.
Who was the manager for Spurs when they lifted the FA Cup in 1991?
Terry Venables.
Correct. What club did David Ginola play for before joining
Newcastle.
Spurs? Correct. Who has made the most appearances for the club?
Steve Perryman.
Is correct. Paul Gascoigne scored a thunderous free kick in the 1991 FA Cup semi-final against which goalkeeper?
David Seaman.
Is correct. What year was midfielder Darren Anderton born?
1973.
1972. How many times have Tottenham Hotspur won the FA Cup?
5.
8. What is the name of the road that White Hart Lane South Stand is
Park Lane.
situated on? Correct. Who scored the final goal in the 4-4 draw against Arsenal in 2008?
Pass.
What is the lowest Premier League finish that Spurs have ever recorded?
15th.
Is correct. In December 2000, the fastest Premier League goal was scored just 10 seconds after the kick-off of a match between Spurs and Bradford City. Who was the scorer?
Can you repeat the question, please?
In December 2000, the fastest Premier League goal was scored just 10 seconds after the kick-off of a match between Spurs and Bradford City. Who was the scorer?
Oh, no, I'd pass.
It was Ledley King. In what year did Harry Kane make his... I've started, so I'll finish. In what year did Harry Kane make his debut for Spurs?
Oh, sorry, it's just a bright light coming from that way, not that way. 2012.
Close, it was 2011. And at the end of that round, Warren Greatrex, you scored 7 points. You passed on 3 questions. You passed on Spurs legends Chris Waddle and Glenn Hoddle released a single in 1987 that reached number 12 in the charts. It was, of course, Diamond Lights. In what year did Harry Kane make his debut for Spurs? And it was 2011. And you passed on 1 final question. In December 2000, the fastest Premier League goal was scored by Ledley King. Warren Greatrex, thank you very much. So at the end of our first specialist subject round, the scores are as follows. In 4th place is Sam Thomas with 2 points. In 3rd place, Warren Greatrex with 7 points. It's very close for the lead. With 12 points, Charlie Longson. And with 13 points, James Osbourne. And if there is a tie at the end of our general Cheltenham knowledge round, we'll do a count back on the passes. So I'd like to welcome Sam Thomas back to the chair. Hi, Sam.
Hi.
So you scored 2 points on your chosen specialist subject of Top Gear. You're obviously a keen motoring fan.
Could have been worse. Could have been worse.
It could, not much, but it could have been worse.
Yeah.
But obviously a big fan of horsepower in both senses.
Mm-hmm.
And just tell us a little bit about how your training career is going at the moment.
Going well, 2nd year training and been in Lambourne now for just over a year basically. So got 25 horses in and yeah, really happy with the way it's going. So looking forward to the spring, summer to kick on and run some of the unraced horses we've got still to go.
Fond memories of your time riding for Paul Nicholls must have been brought back this year. 10-year anniversary of Denman storming to success in the Gold Cup.
Yeah, lots of fond memories and he'd be the highlight, I guess. Yeah, I was very lucky to be associated with Denman and obviously some other very good horses. But yeah, I can't believe it's 10 years ago already. It's flown by, unfortunately.
You made all the running that day. You've got a bit of catch up to play now. Your 90 seconds on Cheltenham knowledge, Sam, start now. How many successive festivals did Hardy Eustace run at?
4.
7. Who is the only horse to have won both the Champion Hurdle and the Gold Cup?
Pass.
How many lengths did Denman win the Gold Cup by in 2008?
8.
It was 7. How many winners did AP McCoy ride at the festival in his career?
13. 30.
31. How much to the nearest 10,000 will the winner of the Stayers Hurdle take home this year?
400,000.
185,000. What's the estimated amount of money to the nearest 10 million that is bet on the festival each year?
Sorry, repeat that, sorry.
What is the estimated amount of money to the nearest 10 million that is bet on the festival each year?
9.
150 million. Which £5 conditional jockey won the 2014 Coral Cup?
Hayden Frost.
Nico de Boinville. Which former flat jockey rode Golden Cross to finish 2nd in the 2006 World Hurdle?
Johnny Murta.
Is correct. Which is the only horse to land 2 consecutive festival races?
Venetia Williams is Idle First.
No, it's Montolado. When was the first running of the Glenfarclas Cross Country Chase?
2001.
2005. Who rode CU then to 3 successive, I'll start it so I'll finish, 3 successive Champion Hurdles in the 80s?
He maybe sat behind me, the jockey, but I'm not sure.
It's Steve Smith Eccles. And at the end of that round, Sam, you scored 1 point, bringing your final total to 3 points. You passed on 1 question, which is, who is the only horse to have won both the Champion Hurdle and the Gold Cup? And the answer was, of course, Dawn Run. Thank you very much, Sam. At the end of that, your total is 3 points. So, can we have Warren Greatrex back to the stage? So, Warren, you scored a very creditable 7 points on the entire history of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. When did your love of Spurs start?
From my grandfather, Reg.
And did he take you to White Hart Lane quite often as a young whippersnapper?
A couple of times.
And what are your earliest memories of Spurs?
Them getting beat a lot.
Looking forward to the Cheltenham Festival this year?
Yeah, it's tense times.
And who could forget those jubilant scenes when you burst into tears after Cole Harden won the World Hurdle?
Yeah, it's all about emotion, isn't it?
Well, let's see whether you can reach a happy ending again this evening. So, Warren Greatrex, your general knowledge Cheltenham round, 90 seconds, starts now. Who finished fourth behind Cole Harden in the 2015 World Hurdle?
Sophia de Roy.
Fisher's Cross. How much to the nearest 10,000 will the winner of the Champion Chase take home this year?
250,000.
227,800. Who rode All Aloha third to win the 2002 Champion
Gallagher.
medal? Correct. Why was there no racing on Wednesday in 2008?
High winds.
Is correct. How old was Jack Kennedy when he won last year's Supreme?
18.
17. Who was the shortest prize winner of last year's festival?
Altior.
Correct. What was the score in last year's Bet Bright Cup between Ireland and Britain?
Ireland won.
They did. I need the score. 19-9. Which heritage railway line now runs to the racecourse?
Oh, pass.
Since 1959, how many horses have won both the RSA Chase and the Gold Cup?
1.
9. What was the Arkle called before being renamed in 1969?
Champion Chase.
The Cotswold Chase. How many visitors are expected over the 4 days to the nearest 10,000?
1 million.
260,000. Who became the first woman to train a winner of a Cheltenham Gold Cup in 1984?
Mercy Rymel.
Jenny Pittman. Who is the only 3-time winner of the Champion Chase?
Viking Flagship.
Badsworth Boy. And at the end of that round, Warren Greatrex, you scored 3 further points. You passed on just the one, which was which heritage railway line now runs to the racecourse. It is the Gloucestershire-Warwickshire Steam Railway.
Of course, sorry.
So that brings your total score to 10 points. So could we have Charles Longson back to the chair? So Charles, you scored an excellent 12 points and no passes in your chosen specialist subject of England rugby. You must have been a keen rugby union player in your time.
Yeah, always loved it. Enjoyed playing it as well when I was younger.
Where did you play?
I played wing and fullback. I used to be quite quick once upon a time.
Left wing or right wing, would you class yourself?
Left and fullback.
Definitely a lefty.
Yes.
You scored 12 points and no passes, which is the same number of Cheltenham Festival winners that you've trained. How hopeful are you of breaking your duck this year?
Got quite a small team this year. Got the ever reliable Pendra. He was unlucky last year, been unlucky a couple of times. Hopefully he might do the business.
So your Cheltenham Festival General Knowledge round with 12 points in your first round, 90 seconds begins now. In which year was the festival cancelled due to foot and mouth disease?
2001.
Is correct. What was the shortest prize winner in Cheltenham Festival history?
10-1 on.
Which horse?
Oh, which horse? It was Faheen.
Arkle. How many fences should be jumped in the Gold Cup?
24.
22. How many races will be run over the 4 days of the festival?
24.
28. Who won the first ever running of the David Nicholson Mares Hurdle?
Cuvega.
White Oak. How many times was Tony McCoy crowned leading rider at the Cheltenham Festival?
Never.
2. Which horse did Jamie Spencer ride to win the Champion Bumper?
Eddie O'Grady's, is all I can tell you.
It's Pizarro. Which subsequent Gold Cup winner chased home Brave Inca in the 2004 Supreme?
It was Best Mate.
It was War of Attrition. Which horse was the last horse to win back-to-back Champion Hurdles?
Isterbrack.
Hardy Eustace. What was the name of the biggest prize winner of the Gold Cup at 100 to 1 in 1990?
Norton's Coin.
Correct. Who is the only horse to have won the Ryanair Chase more than once?
Pass.
Who is the youngest winner of the Queen Mother Champion Chase of all time?
Sprinter Sacra.
Masterminded. Name Paul Nicholls' first Cheltenham Festival winner.
Masterminded.
Flagship Uberalis. Which horse won both the 2006 World Hurdle and the 2007 Arkle?
Pass.
Who was the first woman rider to ride a winner at the Cheltenham Festival? I've started, so I'll finish.
G. Armitage.
It was Caroline Beasley. And at the end of that round, Charlie Longson, you scored a further 2 points. You passed on 2 further questions. Who is the only horse to have won the Ryanair Chase more than once? It was Alberta's Run, trained by John Joe O'Neill. And which horse won both the 2006 World Hurdle and the 2007 Arkle? It was My Way de Solzen. So at the end of that round, adding your 2 points, you now have a total of 14 points and 2 passes. Charlie Longson, thank you. So could we welcome James Osbourne back? James, you scored 13 points and were in the lead after the first round, and your specialist subject was the life and works of Katie O'Sullivan. You're obviously a keen supporter and fan of the artist.
Yes, have been for some time, Nick, yeah.
And what is it about her work that you particularly admire?
Nick, can we start this again? Oh, Jesus, it's her brush strokes, Nick.
She is indeed a tremendous artist. Some would describe you as a tremendous artist in the saddle when you were riding. What's your best Cheltenham memory, James?
Oh, the 5 winners in '92, Nick.
Any one that stands out in particular?
I was good on them all.
Jamie Osborne, 13 points in the first round. You need 2 more points to comfortably beat your nearest rival, and just 1 pass. So, your 90 seconds on Cheltenham Festival General Knowledge start now. How much to the nearest £10,000 will the winner of the Triumph Hurdle take home?
150,000.
£71,188. By how many lengths did Remittance Man win the 1992 Champion Chase?
2.
1. Where did Douban finish in last year's Champion Chase?
Pulled up.
7th. Who is the only Arkle winner ever to go on to win a Gold Cup?
Pass.
Who is the last person to both ride and train a Champion Hurdle winner?
Judge O'Neill.
Desi Hughes. Name one of the jockeys who rode 3 RSA Chase winners.
Tony McCoy.
Peter Scudamore or Barry Geraghty. Where was the Triumph Hurdle originally run up to 1965?
Sandown.
Hurst Park. The first Gold Cup was in 1924. How much to the nearest £100 was the winning prize money?
2,000.
£685. How many winners did Ruby Walsh ride in 2016, the most ever ridden by a jockey in a single year?
7.
Correct. Which horse achieved 6 consecutive festival wins between 2009 and 2014?
Pass.
Which jockey won the 1987 Arkle Chase on Gala's Image despite dislocating his shoulder at the
Richard
final
Lindley.
fence? Correct. The Champion Chase was renamed after the Queen Mother to mark which occasion?
The Queen Mother's... Pass.
In what year did Golden Miller become the first horse to win both the Cheltenham Gold Cup and the Grand National in a single season? I've started, so I'll finish.
57.
It was 1934, and at the end of that round, Jamie Osborne, you scored 2 further points. You passed on 3. You passed on... Who is the only Arkle winner ever to go on to win a Gold Cup was? It was Alverton. Which horse achieved 6 consecutive festival wins between 2009 and 2014? The answer was Quivega. You knew that, didn't you?
Yeah, of course.
And the Champion Chase was renamed after the Queen Mother to mark which occasion? It was her 80th birthday. So at the end of that round, Jamie Osborne, with a further score of 2 points, you have scored 15 points in total.
Thank you, Nick.
So that completes this special edition of Cheltenham Mastermind. In 4th place, Sam Thomas with 3 points. In 3rd place, Warren Greatrex with 10 points. Just narrowly edged into 2nd with 14 points, Charlie Longson. And the winner of this edition of Mastermind, particularly strong on his chosen specialist subject, James Osbourne with 15 points. So congratulations to our winner, Jamie Osbourne, and commiserations to our gallant runners-up, Sam Thomas, Charlie Longston and Warren Greatrex. Thanks to you at home for watching and to our studio audience here in the Queen's Arms in East Garston. Have a very good Cheltenham 2018 from all of us. Bye-bye.